Hello, my name is Daniel Driscoll, and here's my audience. So today I'm going to talk about Babe Ruth and baseball. Many of you, if you've ever watched baseball, you probably know we're going to talk about. This is a baseball right here. If not, that's okay. Baseball is a bat and ball game played between two teams. Each team takes a turn batting and fielding. And Babe Ruth could go down as one of the best to play this sport of baseball. Today I'll tell you about the life of Babe Ruth and his journey as a professional baseball player. Growing up, I've always looked at Babe Ruth as a role model. He encouraged everybody to do their best no matter what, and he showed what one could do with obstacles in front of him since birth. For instance, Babe Ruth growing up, he had a rough childhood, and no matter what, he just always was clicking, and he didn't stop. He's also an amazing baseball player. This is one reason why many people look up to him. I played baseball, and I would never compare. Growing up, I always played baseball, and I would never compare myself to Babe Ruth. He's an example of what every baseball player would want to play like and be like playing. Today I will be telling you about Babe Ruth's life and how he achieved greatness. So first, let's look at the childhood of Babe Ruth. George Herman Babe Ruth was born February 6, 1895 in Baltimore, Maryland. George's parents worked long hours at a restaurant, which left little time for them to watch over him and his sister. According to a current biography, when George turned 7 years old, his parents sent him to a St. Mary's Industrial School for Boys, and at this school, this is where Babe learned his love for baseball, along with his mentor, Brother Messiah. Now that we've discussed his childhood, let's move on to his start of his baseball career. As he continued to play baseball, at 15 he showed amazing skill as a strong hitter and a pitcher, and his pitching is what caught the eye of the owner of the Baltimore Orioles, Jack Dunn. Dunn saw promise in Ruth's baseball career because he was a phenomenal pitcher. And at 19, Dunn became Ruth's legal guardian and signed him on to the team of the Boston Red Sox. And according to an article on How Stuff Works, Ruth got his nickname Babe from being one of Jack's Babe, which means he was a special one to Dunn. So now that we've talked about how he started his career, let's talk about the importance in baseball and why he's so well known in baseball. So shortly after he joined the Baltimore Orioles, he was called into the Major League in Boston to play for the Red Sox. And according to a chart from Baseball Reference, Babe hit 714 home runs in his career, and he had an overall batting average of .342. And Ruth led the Boston Red Sox to 3 championships, including the 1916 title, which he pitched a 13 scoreless inning, which that is still a record which still holds today. Ruth later transferred to the New York Yankees. In his first year at the New York Yankees, he hit 54 home runs, and then he broke his own record by hitting 60 home runs, a record which stood for 34 years after. He also won 4 World Series in his first 15 years at the New York Yankees. And in 1936, Ruth was inducted to the Hall of Fame, and in May, Ruth played his last career baseball game, hitting 3 home runs in one single game, which was a phenomenal way to end the season. And a week later after the game, he officially retired from baseball. On June 13, 1948, he made his last appearance to the Yankee Stadium. He was sick with cancer. Ruth died 2 months after on August 16, 1948. He left most of his estate to Babe Ruth Foundation for Unprivileged Children. So I hope you enjoyed learning about George Herman Ruth and his journey throughout his baseball career. Maybe next time you watch baseball, you would think of one of the best to ever play it, Babe Ruth.